One thing that we did want to talk about a little bit today that we hear a ton is, whenever I bring my car to the dealer, they always find something. It's always, I never come and get just a clean bill of health, and a lot of that is perspective. So we're gonna shed a little bit of light on that today and talk about it a little bit, and hopefully get you a little bit better understanding of what we do and what Allie does and kind of what happens behind the scenes. So I'm going to let Allie talk a little bit about the difference between repair work and then maintenance and then preventative maintenance. And I'll interject some from a technician standpoint and see if we can get a little bit better understanding there.
Why do people wait until something breaks on their car? A lot of the times what happens is, I, of course, will be a little bit hypocritical. You get in your car and it's got gas, you put it in drive, and it goes. Great, wonderful. But what happens when, you start feeling a brake shudder, or you start hearing the grinding, or whatever it may be? Why do we wait until the moment something breaks to bring our car in? Why do people do that? I get life, I get everybody's busy, but people run into the issue of waiting until it breaks, and then we're at a more costly repair instead of the preventative maintenance side of things. Just for instance, we're on, topic about brakes. Okay, great. We wait until it gets to the point where you need a caliper, or, you go from, X amount of money to extravagant amounts of money just to fix a problem that should have been dealt with on the front end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, that's one thing. But, there's just there's a huge difference between us doing the preventative maintenance side of things versus now we're having to do huge repairs.
Yeah. And I think it's worth saying, there's two types of people in the world. There are people that believe in preventative maintenance, and they want to do everything in their power and within their budget to make sure that they don't have to deal with those big costly repairs.
Exactly.
I am not a preventative maintenance guy on my stuff. I was born and raised working on junk. I drove junk. I always had to work on stuff. You didn't really have to worry about preventative maintenance because you were going to have to work on it regardless. My dad, and I'm sure my mom will see this at some point, can testify to that. I have not been, I'm a procrastinator. I don't do preventative maintenance. My dad, my mom both are the exact opposite. My dad does every piece of preventative maintenance, buys every extended warranty, just because that's what he believes in, and it works great. Like I said, I think it's worth saying there's nothing wrong with either. We service both personalities. The people that they want to do all their preventative maintenance, they want to make sure everything's good to go, and then we also deal with the customers that maybe either it's not within their budget, or they just want to drive it until it breaks. We're okay with both. We service both. We've got both of those personalities probably sitting in this room.
Absolutely.
Allie's a little bit more preventative maintenance than I am. So it doesn't matter. It's our job and Allie's job to make sure that we give you those options whenever you come, and to make sure that we do tell you about the preventative maintenance items that we offer.
Correct.
Because they are great.